Thought to be part of one of the planes flown into the World Trade Center in New York almost 12 years ago. The piece of debris, which police say looks a bit like a piece of landing gear, was found just this week in the narrow gap between two nearby buildings by surveyors working on a planned new Islamic community center. Jane Deeth reports.
It's a chunk of metal 5 foot long. You can't see it in this photograph, but the New York Police Department says it bears the word Boeing, and it could be landing gear from one of the two Boeing planes flown into the Twin Towers on September the 11th, 2001. Just 2 blocks from Ground Zero, where the World Trade Center stood, it's lain unnoticed for 11 years. Wedged among the dirt and rubbish in the narrowest of gaps between two buildings.
If you see how confined this space is and you realize the chaos that existed down here and, on this street, I think it's understandable. It's not that surprising. It's very, very confined, and no construction work went on, or no cleanup went on in this 18-inch space between the two buildings.
Aircraft debris has been found around Lower Manhattan in the years since the terrorist attack. This find was made, coincidentally, by surveyors working on an Islamic community centre. The same centre dubbed the Ground Zero Mosque by opponents who objected to its proximity to the site of the September 11th attacks. Conspiracy theories have been raised that the rope entwined with the metal was used to lower it into place. The police say it's unlikely. The tiny space is now a crime scene. It may be searched for human remains. Many of those who died on September the 11th were never found.
It's a manifestation of a horrific terrorist act, a block and a half away from where we stand. So, sure, it brings back terrible memories to anyone who was here, anyone who was involved in that event.
Next year, 5 suspected al-Qaeda militants are due to stand trial over 9/11. 2 days ago, New Yorkers learned the suspected Boston bombers planned to target Times Square. Now, a dusty piece of metal has appeared, a reminder of the tragedy lodged in Manhattan's memory.